I have wanted one of these of some sort for a long time, and I finally found one that was pretty cheap, and I just had to get it to try it out. I've tried to design my own and just haven't ever figured out a great way to make it cheaply and easily. So welcome to the Neil's Homestead, and today we're going to be trying out a rocket stove. I actually purchased this on Temu and I haven't used it yet. I paid about $35 for this, and any others that I've seen have been over $100, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. So we're going to put it together here. There's just a little bit of assembly required. So let's see what pieces we have. These I think are going to be the fins for this top. This is a rest for your pan. They actually send some cut resistant gloves because metal can be sharp. I'm gonna just ignore them, honestly. Then we have this, which is, I believe, like a little rod to be able to work the flap so you don't burn your fingers. And there's like a clean out door down there. We'll get to that in a second, but that's what this is for. This is just a stabilizer to give it a little bit more stability, a little more width to its step. It's got little wing nuts here to fasten it in, and got two of them. I think you take this off to store it as well, but whenever it's in use, you would have this so that it doesn't tip over as easy. It gives it a little more balance. So the basic parts of this is the chimney where the fire comes out and where your pan will set on top of that. Over here, this is the main door where fuel will go in, and this is a little draft door that you can close or open depending on how much you want it to draw. And then down here is this is an ash clean out drawer, so you can use it continuously and clean out your ashes as you go. Normally you would keep this closed in operation so that the draft is coming in here and here. The basic principle is that as you feed this, the draft comes through here and up, and it burns really hot and burns very thoroughly. It's not supposed to produce much smoke, and it's supposed to very thoroughly burn the wood and just keep it really hot. So I think I'm ready to try this out. I've got a little bit of breeze coming this way, so I'm going to turn this kind of facing into the breeze. I'm not going to start with that. I've got some pine sticks here that I've soaked in used cooking oil. This is often how I light our fires in the stove. I'll keep some of this stuff handy. So I'll just light this on fire and put it in there. Now I have some oak wood that's from a cabinet maker friend of mine. And get some scraps from him. Works great for starting fires, and I think it will work great for this. So I'm going to put this in here, and we'll wait till it starts burning. You can see the smoke coming out of here. I've got the draft door open down here. I'm going to go ahead and close this one onto my wood so that it hopefully pushes it out the top a little better. Alright, it's been a minute or two and I've got a pretty good fire going now just from that. So I'm going to keep feeding some wood in here, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to some little bit larger stuff because that's more of what I have. I think it might be time to go ahead and put a pan on top. and see how long it takes to boil. I believe this pan holds 2 quarts, and I've got it about half full of cold water out of the faucet. So we're going to put it on here and we're going to time it and see how long it takes to boil. One of the main things that I've wanted a rocket stove for is off-grid cooking. If the power goes out or for some reason it's unreliable, this is a great way to utilize like almost just scrap fuel, twigs and everything else that you have. So it's really flexible that way. It doesn't have to be good wood to cook with this. Very little smoke. It's great for camping too, because this is not an open flame. So you can use this in areas where open flames are not allowed. I think this is a very efficient flame because it puts all of the heat right straight onto your pan. There's little bubbles forming in the pan there. This was cold tap water, like 50 some degrees, whatever it comes out at. Since this is the first time using it, it's burning the coating and oil and stuff off of the manufacturing process, and that's kind of stinking. Anything metal that you use for the first time is going to do that. I really wanted one when we lived overseas because it seemed like all methods of cooking that I could come up with were expensive. Electricity was very high. Butane, the little butane bottles, that's mainly what we used, but that's not cheap. Or a more expensive to set up but cheaper to operate propane method. And I had a lot of random scrap wood. We lived in kind of on a little homestead farm thingy there, and I could have had a lot of fuel to cook with if I could have found one of these for a decent price. So that's why I was so excited to see this. Let's check on our water. It's been 5 minutes. A lot more bubbles, and some of them are rising. Let me add a little more fuel. I think I've got quite a bit, but all right, it has been right at 10 minutes and it's getting close to boiling, but not full on rolling boil yet. I feel like I slowed it down a little bit because I put too much large wood in, and it doesn't really like that. It likes smaller stuff, and it didn't have a great fire going yet whenever I did that. So I think it would already be boiling if I'd done small twigs instead. All right, it started boiling at about 11.5 minutes, even with my interruption in it. I think it could go quite a bit faster than that if I used small wood. I'm still figuring this thing out. We'll be going camping in a couple of weeks, and I'm definitely going to bring this along to do some of our cooking. I'm excited to have gotten this, and if you would like to get your own, the one that we bought was Joyzy rocket stove, and we got it on Temu, and we are not paid anything for advertising this, and we just bought it ourselves and are doing a little review on it. I hope you found this interesting and useful, and thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.